Throughout the many decades of music history, Goethe's Faust has stimulated, sometimes even driven, but always inspired composers to engage themselves in the fascination of this material. Hector Berlioz, Charles Gounod and Arrigo Boito are surely the most famous creators of so-called Faust operas. On the other hand, if you take Ferruccio Busoni's piece, his Doktor Faust has remained a true rarity, because he chose a completely different approach, dramatically speaking.
Und schreibt selber in der Vorrede zur Partitur, die für den Doktor Faust verfasst hat.
And he himself writes in the preface of the score, which he has written for Doktor Faust, that he appreciates and loves Goethe so much that he didn't want to compose the music out of respect. Instead, he turned to the puppets, whilst dealing with the Faust material. Ever since the 17th century, there have been diverse developments that are either based upon the chapbook or the novel by Christopher Marlowe. He found the situations that he discovered in the puppet show to be very fitting, stringing them together in the appropriate way and not wanting to tell a continuous story. Busoni created a kind of station drama by highlighting the complexity and the timelessness of the Faust figure as the prototype of the human being who is eager for knowledge. But there are also episodes of the Faust material which Busoni has linked to his own biography.
Die Zusammenkunft bei der Herzogin in Parma, dieses große Fest.
He included the gathering with the Duchess in Parma, this great feast, because he loved feasts himself, probably because he was Italian. But he also gathered a large group of his pupils around himself during his time in Berlin. And thus, he always picked scenes that had something to do with himself. Of course, he also focuses on the thirst for knowledge, the passion for experimenting and the musical element, but he also tried to present the real Faustian elements by showing the structure of this myth. One can see Ferruccio Busoni as a contemporary of Richard Strauss. However, musically he is very difficult to grasp. His musical language is often late romantic, very dense and particularly complex.
I
see him as a composer who returns to the Baroque epoch and the Bach period. He utilizes many Baroque dances, sarabands, minuets and other Baroque forms, such as the ritornello, but also lots of symphonic music with large orchestras.